What's going on, everybody? What if I told you these are the top signs that if a guy does 3 out of these 5 things, it's almost guaranteed you're going to get a relationship? As a dating coach, I've been doing this for 10 years. These are the 5 most common things that I see a guy do if he wants to transition into something a little more serious, okay? So let's jump right into this. Number 1 is going to be the most obvious one. I just wanted to get it out of the way because it's so important to frame what all this is that you guys are doing, where it's going, is when a guy says, I'm actually looking for a relationship. Now, when he says this, he has to either say one or 2 things. I am looking to settle down, I'm wanting something serious, or he has to say, I am looking for a relationship. If you're talking to a guy, ladies, and he says anything like, let's see where it goes, let's see what happens, I'm not sure, but if the right woman comes along, sure, or I'm open to it, no, none of that counts. And let me tell you why this is so important. If we go back to what I just said a minute ago about the concept of framing, a woman's value is in 2 things, her time and who she's intimate with, right? Those are 2 things that guys want. He wants your time, he wants your attention, your eyes basically on him, no one else, not his competition, and he wants to be intimate with you. When you are negotiating this contract with him basically, like whatever the situationship is, you don't get any value by taking the risk of, oh yeah, let's see where it goes, or let's see what happens, or if I'm the right girl, he'll commit. No. You both have to be in agreement that you want the same thing and that it's moving towards a relationship. That's where you benefit. The woman benefits from the outcome. The man benefits from the journey, okay? Remember that. That's very important. So number 1 is a man has to say he is looking for a relationship. Number 2 is what I believe is the most accurate way to tell if a guy is actually interested in you long-term versus short-term. Women will always ask me, well, how do I know if a guy's playing me and being nice or if he actually likes me? And again, you can't be 100% accurate with it, but I think this is the most accurate way to figure out, and that's a 4-part equation here. Is he consistently investing his resources into you over time? The longer a guy is investing in you and the more effort he is putting in to you, this relationship, okay, the better it is. Anybody can love bomb you. Anybody can start off strong. Anybody can be a front runner. Anybody, again, you get what I'm saying. Anybody can be good the first several weeks, month, whatever. But if you're talking to a guy who is consistent, meaning the same dude showing up every single day. Not that you have to talk all day every day, but the same type of dude is showing up every single day. He's not playing games. There's no power dynamics involved. There's no pulling back and having you. No, you're talking to a decent dude who is wanting to progress this relationship. Then that's a great sign. Which kind of leads me to number 3 is progression. There's 2 types of progression, okay? There's linear and then there's exponential. And I feel like a lot of my clients, they start to get confused when because they think it's hot and cold, it's mixed signals. They're like, well, I don't feel it's progressing, but he's not pulling away. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, we see each other every week and we go on dates, but it doesn't feel like it's progressing. Do you know what I mean, Elliot? I know exactly what they mean. So let me try to explain this. You're not getting it. You have to progress the frame. Like I said, your goal is to move towards a relationship. So you have to progress the frame. If you're just going on 1 date, 2 date, 3 date, 4 date, 5 date, but it doesn't feel like there's depth, the rapport's not building, and you don't feel like it's getting more lovey-dovey relationship-esque, then that's a problem. You're just talking to a guy who sees it casual. If you're just going on consistent dates, that's a good thing, but you want to feel the progression. So an example of this would be like the weaving. I call it the weaving, where you start meeting friends, or you start meeting families, or you start planning things together, or you future plan. You leave stuff over each other's house. When he makes decisions, you're in mind when he makes those decisions and things like that. He lets you know ahead of time. Those are all good signs. That is a sign of progression, exponential progression, not this linear 1 date, 2 date, 3 date, 4. No, you don't want to do that with a guy. You want exponential. Basically, you want to see some type of threading or weaving of your lives together. And number 4 is he's investing heavier after sex. Maybe not heavier, but it doesn't change. Okay, and here's why this is important. I always tell women that when it comes to like power dynamics, the concept of power, a woman has it the most before sex, right? Because he has to court you and invest into you to progress this. And then a man has it most after sex. And the reason for that is he got what he wanted. You gave it up. But the thing is, the question you have to ask yourself is he going to take advantage of this power? So, which leads me to number 4. Like I said, if he's not taking advantage of this power or taking advantage of you when he has this power, and he's not pulling away or taking you for granted or playing hard to get, or he's not in his head and stuff like that, he's maintaining the same amount of consistency or even more, that's a great sign. That's a great sign. That shows me right away, when a client tells me this, that shows me right away that he didn't get what he wanted, because what he wanted was a relationship. He got to have sex with you. That's just a stepping stone towards a relationship. So you can automatically tell if a guy's serious about you once you sleep with him. Now, I'm not saying go sleep with the guy to figure it out. That's not what you want to do. You only want to do that when you're ready and you feel like he's not going to take advantage of you. But when a guy wants a relationship, nothing's going to change after sex. Nothing's going to change. If a guy doesn't want a relationship, but he liked the idea of a relationship, you're going to talk to a guy who was really cool with you until you have sex, then he's in his head, okay? And then you're going to see a different type of guy. And of course, lastly, number 5 is you're talking to a guy who is a great communicator. Here's the thing, ladies, and it's crazy. Guys are busy. That's a real excuse. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, if he wanted to, he would. Like if he really liked you and he really wanted to win you over or court you or progress this towards a relationship, he will let you know, I'm busy. When a guy says he's busy, what men need to understand, for the 3 guys who are watching this, a woman's not saying blow up my phone. A woman wants clarity. A woman wants to understand that she's not in the dark, that she's not going to be pushed off the cliff. She wants to understand that, okay, the guy cares. The guy's letting me know he's busy. That's better than nothing. That's better than a guy ghosting and not saying a word, okay? So when a guy truly likes you, he's a great communicator. He would say something, the busy guy, he would say something like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be busy this weekend and a little bit of next week. I have a project coming up and they pushed the deadline. We got to get it done. So if I don't respond just as much as I used to or at all, I apologize. I'll get back to you when I can. And all you have to do is say, hey, you know what? Thank you for letting me know. Guys don't do that. Guys don't do that. So thank you for letting me know. And then guess what? Happily ever after, right? So a good communicator is key when it comes to progressing a relationship. If a guy wanted to, he would. He wouldn't leave you in the dark. Okay, now with all this being said, ladies, if you want this stuff to happen to you, if you want all this to happen, if you want guys chasing you, if you want guys investing, if you want guys to be consistent, if you want guys who want a relationship, who are great communicators, make sure to join my community down below. It's called Relationship Roadmap. And what it is we can get you in a relationship in 90 days. You're going to have access to me, to a community, live coaching, so you can ask me any type of question, and guides, roadmaps, game plans, whatever, okay? So if you're interested in getting a relationship in 90 days, click that link below. With that being said, ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.